Okay, I want to talk about collecting references. Now, collecting references refers to collecting references that are those individuals who can lend credibility to a physician assistant or nurse practitioner candidate. When you are asked to collect references, you will be asked by your client practice. They will say, "Hey, I need you to go out, collect references, and we need to reach out to these people and make sure that the person we're about to hire isn't a serial killer." I mean that's basically what it's really just this sort of step that you have to do. It's just a necessary evil. A lot of times, someone that is giving references is not going to give you the reference of somebody that, hates them. You're not going to get that. You're always going to get people that think very highly of that nurse practitioner or physician assistant for whom they are going to be, speaking very fondly of. So, uh, again, when you are asked to collect references by a practice, they may say to you, "Hey, do me a favor, check the references for this person and just, let me know." And what you need to say is, "Well, here's what diagnostics does. We will collect those references and we will provide you with those individuals because we feel it's important for you to personally speak to each one of these individuals or have communication with them." You could, I mean, you're not going to say this, but you literally could, if they asked you, "Hey, go talk to this PA's references. If they all check out, we're going to hire them." You could just come back to the practice a day later after literally having done nothing and say, "Yep, I checked their references. It's all good. You can go ahead and hire them." But obviously, that's not something that you're going to do. And to do this is sort of out of our not to collect references, but to actually call the references is sort of out of our um, liabilities, responsibilities, if you will. It's not something that I personally want to do because I don't feel like it's in the best interest for us to do it. Plus, it takes up time. So, again, when the client says, "Hey, collect references," you say, "Absolutely." You go over to the candidate and you say, "Hey, candidate, hey, PA, hey, nurse practitioner, I need 3 to 4 references from you." Again, if they have not already provided these individuals. And the references should be people in a position of authority or a hiring person, a hiring manager, a hiring supervisor, or just a regular supervisor, a physician, or a preceptor. And a preceptor is, again, somebody that the nurse practitioner or physician assistant has trained under when they are doing their clinicals on the nurse practitioner side, because that's what nurse practitioners do. They do clinicals, and physician assistants do on the PA side, they do rotations. So whoever their preceptors were with either their clinicals or their rotations, that might be someone that would be an acceptable reference. An unacceptable reference in all cases would be a colleague, someone that they went to school with or that they've known for a long time that they went to school with. Even someone that they, have known for a long time. The references that you collect should be the phone numbers, email address, and contact information and what position this individual is in, that is either a physician that they worked under, a physician that they trained under, a physician that they did a preceptorship under, or a rotation or a clinical under, a supervisor, someone in a supervisory role. That's who would be an acceptable reference. When you get all 3 or 4 of these references, and that's what you should do, is get about 3 or 4, then you take all of those back to the client and you say, "Okay, client, here they are." And then you literally just dump them off in their lap. And, that's sounds harsh, but you give those references and the contact information to the client, and the client is the one that checks all of that out so that they can literally listen to the person's voice and hear what they think of that person. So that covers how to collect references and, again, what our responsibilities are and are not when it comes to collecting references.